You are looking at what may be the most technologically advanced GT3 car ever created for Assetto Corsa. This is the Darche 992 GT3R 2023 from United Racing Design. It's based, of course, on the Porsche 911 992 GT3R 2023, and it packs a lot of features you will not see in other mods. Among those features are engine maps, an endurance version that adds a custom rear bumper and position panels in the rear windows, wet tires, gear sets based on specific tracks like Daytona and Nurburgring, two-stage traction control, custom dash screens depending on the type of session you're running, high beam headlights, and even more. URD even enlisted the GOAT sound modder AC fan, aka SHR modding, to create the sounds for this car. So let's get this out on track and see how this ambitious project drives. So here we are in the Darche at Sonoma. So it's time to turn some laps here. We've got a field of other GT3 cars. I think it's entirely RSS cars, actually. I really love the Race Sim Studio GT3 cars. The new Mercer, but also the existing Lanzo, and I think they're now calling it a Bayer. So these are, BMW, Lamborghini, and Mercedes cars. They're fantastic. But the focus of this video, of course, is the car you're on board now, which is the Darche 2023, aka the Porsche 992 GT3R 2023. That's a lot to remember. Hopefully I said that right. Anyway, it's the latest Porsche GT3 car. You can hear those amazing sounds. Well, you can't really hear much under my voice, but I'll shut up in a second and let you hear these sounds because they're by a good friend of the channel, AC Fan, and he's done a fantastic job. So yeah, what are my impressions of this mod? Excuse me. Phenomenal, excellent. URD's best, I would say. I think the Glickenhaus deserves recognition. I think the Radical deserves recognition. Those are both excellent cars that URD has released lately. But this is as good or better, I would say. It kind of depends, of course, on how you feel about the GT3 class. It's definitely, there's a lot of it in sim racing, so if you're sick of it and don't want any more GT3 cars, I totally get it. But if you are a fan of GT3, and let's face it, there's a lot of us in sim racing who do love the GT3 class, I think this is an excellent car. They've really done a nice job with this. For €5, yeah, this one to me is a no-brainer. If you're a fan of Porsche at all, if you're a fan of GT3 at all, yeah, I suspect you'll get hours and hours of entertainment out of this. This is a really nice car. It feels alive underneath you. It's tempting to make the GT3 cars somewhat predictable, and they can come across as boring in some cases. A lot of them are point and shoot. I would say the Bayer V8 by Race Sim Studio is one such car. It's fantastically detailed, but yeah, it comes across as kind of predictable next to a lot of their other work. This is not bad. So you get on the power too soon, you get on the brakes too hard, that back end will kick out. It's got that interesting weight bias to the rear. And interesting things happen with this Darche. And yeah, that's been nicely modeled here by United Racing Design. So yeah, it just comes together really nicely. And like I said, I think this is their best work. I think they deserve praise for this because they've done a really nice job. And by the way, perfect setting here. This is Sonoma by the Reboot team, and as always with the Reboot team tracks, they've done a phenomenal job, and perfect setting for this car. Just everything about the way the car understeers, and the timing of getting on the power, and what happens when you kick that back end out slightly, a little bit of slip angle around this corner. It's just yeah, it's beautiful. Comes together so nicely, so highly recommend it to complement this Darche. So hopefully we'll be into some traffic soon. We can actually do some overtaking. I realize I've just been driving by myself for the past 5-ish minutes. But yeah, if you came here for a summary of my thoughts on the Darche 2023, aka the Porsche 2023 911 GT3R, insanely good. Really, really fun. Among the best GT3 cars I own, I would say. If you're hard up for cash and, you know, don't have a lot to spend, maybe you just want one GT3 car, is this it? I would still probably take the Mercer over this. I think the Mercer is fantastic, and the Lanzo, to me, has had a lot of staying power. I really like that one as well. But this is up there. If you're a fan of Porsche at all, I mean, yeah, this is great. This is as good as GT3 racing gets in Assetto Corsa, I believe. And we're, you know, inching ever closer to, I wouldn't say replacing, but certainly, you know, being on par with Assetto Corsa Competizione in terms of what it delivers from the technical perspective for the GT3 class. So, yeah, very nice. Very nice. And you can do Nordschleife here in Assetto Corsa, of course. Whoops. Just turn on my high beams. Yep. There, you saw that. I don't know what triggered my high beams, but just went on for some reason. Alright, am I close to traffic yet? Looks like it's not far off. Yeah, the way this thing handles curbs and the way it, you know, bounces over those undulations on the track is just really nice. Not sure why my brights keep coming on, but that's fine. And of course, I get close to him and he goes into the pits. Absolutely gorgeous setting here at Sonoma. And I think they borrowed an element from Race Sim Studio here by permission, which is cool. Nice to see RSS helping out fellow modding teams. I'm actually surprised they didn't take on the Porsche. And perhaps they still will. Wouldn't that be something? Put this up against Race Sim Studio, see what happens. A little bit of snap there. I guess maybe I've got headlights set to auto come on when, or automatically come on. Not sure why I said auto there, but maybe that's what's happening. Is the headlights are coming on because it's getting very dark. And we're finally catching a car. This is the Lanzo. I've got the AI set pretty low, so please don't take this as a measure of the pace of this Darche relative to the RSS cars. Don't mind me, just gonna sneak through here. Oh, you're not giving an inch, are you? Overshot it. Yeah, just absolutely gorgeous car. So much fun to drive. I hardly have any notes for this. I would say the interior detailing is not up to the level of Race Sim Studio, but yeah, the exterior looks really, really nice. Sounds obviously otherworldly good. Yeah, the drivability of the car, most notably, is fantastic, and yeah, it just comes together really, really nice. As far as, by the way, the sort of additional technical details, like, you know, 2-stage traction control and fuel mapping, it's interesting, but I think what's, you know, holding my attention with this car is not to do with that. Those are just kind of nice to haves and interesting features, and, you know, made for a select few people in my mind. But yeah, what's gonna, I think, for myself and probably a lot of my audience, I think what's going to be compelling about this car is just the way it drives, you know, right out of the gate. And, you know, some level of customization is nice if you're going for a hot lap. Or, sorry, not some level, but those additional levels of customization are nice if you're going for, you know, hot lapping sessions, or maybe, you know, you're going to race this in a league and need to find a few tenths advantage in qualifying or something like that. But I think for the most part, people are going to be attracted to this car for... Whoa. Guess maybe I shouldn't have dive bombed there. But people are going to be attracted to this car for, you know, the way it looks, the way it drives, the way it sounds primarily. And yeah, thankfully, in addition to those bonus setup features, there's a car underneath it that drives great. So yeah, those are, broadly speaking, my thoughts on the Darche. Very, very nice. So we'll put in one more lap here. We'll finish this one and then put in one more lap, see if I can get a PB. And then we will wrap this up. But I don't think I can do this video without taking this thing for a spin at Nord's. I don't know what it's going to do for time, but it just feels to me like it would be really, really fun at Nordschleife, so I got to test that out. And by the way, as of the time of this recording, we're kind of learning that we may be getting Nordschleife for Assetto Corsa Competizione. Potentially. Wouldn't that be cool? It's been added to the real world GT calendar, so will, and outside of ADAC, of course, and will Assetto Corsa Competizione follow suit? Who knows? I mean, their laser data is old, so it probably would take some time before they could implement that. Kunos's laser data, I mean, because they have it for Assetto Corsa, obviously, but that's several years old. I think they started that project in like 2014 or something, and it took them 2 years to get it out. So, yeah, bringing it to ACC would be a monumental task, but I hope they make that happen. All right, let's see. Can I, whoa, get a personal best? Horrendous start there, but I was able to save the car, thankfully. Down 4 tenths thanks to that slippage there. But I've clawed much of that back. Ugh, this is a brutal lap. I'm trying to push the car, but my reflexes are failing me at this early morning hour. I'm recording this on a Saturday morning. I don't think it's even 6 a.m. yet, so don't expect much from me, people. All right, let's go. Let's go. And unfortunately, I might catch up to some traffic here on my next lap, so I don't know if that will be a personal best lap either. Yeah, it depends when I catch that guy. Mercer into the pits. Alright, so I was close on this one. So PB definitely possible. Let's go, baby. got ruined. Curse you, Race Sim Studio. Alright, do we give up? Of course not. Of course not. I've got clear track in front of me now. This time. I said it the last time, but this is the last time. Yeah, this should be it. Oh, horrible. Lost all inertia coming over that hill. Up about 4/10 now. So doing well. Up about 7/10. There we go, on for a PB here. There we go, 133.487, not bad. All right, so I want to do Nordschleife. I want to show you guys full volume replay because I think it sounds awesome from the outside. So yeah, on to the next. All right, so this is legitimately my first time going around the Nurburgring Nordschleife in this Darche 2023. So no promises. Hoping for sub 7, of course, but how sub 7, we'll find out soon enough. All right, let's go. Oh, bad understeer there. Sorry about those visual artifacts. Came with the latest edition of Pure. Maybe I gotta reinstall it. And this Moza R12, absolutely awesome. Absolutely perfect force feedback here. I love it. You can feel everything that suspension is doing. Kind of hooked the corner there using the curb. That worked out well. Gonna be flat around this double right-hander into Flugplatz. No, I cannot. Tried for it, didn't get there. Not on any screaming pace, that much is for sure. But perhaps we can still do 645, something like that. I just dropped a bit of fuel and set the gearing to the Nurburgring gearing. That's it for tuning work, setup work rather. So there will be a lot more time possible in this car. So I think, based on my own previous experience driving around Nordschleife, I think I'm on pace for beating that 7-minute mark based on where I am right now at the 2-minute mark. But we'll see. We'll see. Got a lot of track yet left to cover. And coming into my worst section of the Nurburgring Nordschleife here. What is it called? Hit, miss, hit. Usually for me, miss, miss, miss. Please don't crash. I managed to sneak through there, understeer on the corner exit. Woo! This is unbelievably good. This car is fantastic. Wow. And yeah, pretty comfortable with the pace here. We're just now at 3 minutes. Maybe should have been second gear coming out of that corner, not sure. Pushing up the hill here, we'll see if we have to hold fifth gear or if we're going to have to kick it up to sixth gear. Definitely sixth. Hopefully that speed keeps climbing. It is ever so slightly climbing. I'm afraid of the understeer on this corner exit here, but car handled it beautifully. Afraid of the understeer here as well. Gonna give it a safety lift. Through the carousel. Oh, does that feel fantastic? Wow. Absolutely love this R12. Really one of the best wheelbases I own. Oh, D, Mike. That corner was horrendous. Then I got up on the curb and unsettled the car. Alright, this is one of my favorite corners in all of racing, or corner complexes rather. Yes. Well, I mean, the short answer is, how does this handle the Nurburgring Nordschleife? And I would say it handles it as good as any car I have ever driven here, and I have driven just about every single car in Assetto Corsa here. And yeah, this is among the most enjoyable. Wow. Definitely some tuning work to be done to get rid of that understeer, but I mean, broadly speaking, it don't get much better than this. The feel of this car, the sounds, man. Hopefully I don't throw it away here in these last few corners before we... Oh, and I almost did. Got very high on that curve there. And then took a bad line through the carousel. Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be like a 645-ish, which I'll be happy with. 250. Still climbing. 260. See what the top speed is coming down the hill. 270. Brakes are better than I thought. Oh, so much for the 645. But it'll be under 7. Again, not a lot of setup work was done, so there's a lot more in this car, but I'll take that 654. Unbelievably good car. Don't think twice about this. United Racing Design has absolutely nailed this. It's their best, I would say, and one of my new favorite cars in sim racing. Alright, enjoy the replay. Thanks for watching.